basically, no, it's actually more like here. Because I thought we looked really cute. Just don't show your crotch.
My thighs.
But okay, we are recording. Is the cord kind of out of the way? Yeah. Hi, I'm Stacy Boegem, and you are watching MOMsterMind TV, where modern women create happy lives through work-life synergy. And today I want to talk about a very important topic that I get asked about all the time, and that is clarity and action, and which one comes first. I speak to so many people who are afraid to take action because they're not entirely clear on whether or not it's going to be successful and how all the pieces are going to fit together. And what we are constantly working on is the understanding that it's the action that leads to the clarity, right? When we take action first, then we have all these revelations of what should be the next step and how things are going to work out. And so I really wanted to bring in my friend Teana McDonald today. She's the founder of 3E Connections, which is a public relations and social media marketing firm and a wildly successful business. But I recently learned when Teana spoke at a breakfast teaching business owners social media marketing skills that this is not Teana's first business. That she started a few other businesses first and really saw those businesses as learning opportunities and does not consider them to be failures, the big F word. So I really wanted to bring you in today. Hi, Teana.
Hi, thank you for having me. We're a beautiful day today, too.
I know, we're so lucky. It's January in Florida.
I know, it's awesome.
In our spring colors.
Absolutely.
So, so while you could go on for hours about all the things people should do with their social media strategy for business, today I want to get you off of that subject and learn your story and what business you started before you started 3E Connections, what you learned from it, and why those learning opportunities were a gift for you.
Lots of good questions, and I'm happy to share. In the beginning, I was pregnant with my son, and I think I was about 6 months pregnant, didn't want to go back to corporate. So as any person who has the thriving urge to want to be an entrepreneur, they say, what can I do not to go back to the 9 to 5? Well, I said, well, I like shopping, so let me go and shop for people. It was great, it was fun, but what I didn't take into account was my time, and that's a big problem that women have. It looks good, it sounds good, it even sometimes looks good on paper and in theory, but when you're doing it and physically out there, you realize you undercharge and you didn't take into account gas and mileage and driving back and forth to return things for clients and who's going to pick up your kids and the aftercare. So all of that kind of came full circle, and I said, okay, well, while I think I'm very stylish and I like to shop for people, that is not the best use of my time. But what I did pick up from that business was the marketing of it and getting the name out there. So just remember that, marketing. The second business was accessories. It must be a common theme. When I was pregnant, again with my second child, my daughter Elise, I said there's no awesome, cool accessories out there, so let me go and start an accessories line. So I started My Little Divas. Designed the accessories myself, was out there marketing. We were even in 2 showrooms in Dallas and LA, and we're flying back and forth. It was great. Can't compete with China, folks. Okay, can't compete with Walmart, Target, or China. So that was almost debilitating because the first one was not great. The second one was not great. So now you start to wonder, what am I doing wrong? Should I really be an entrepreneur? Should I throw in the towel or go back to my 9 to 5? So another common theme with the accessories was the marketing. I was huge on social media. I managed to get thousands of followers on the accessories page. So I decided to shut the page down. You lose the followers and you're kind of like, now where am I going? And then people started to ask me things like, can you help me set up my business Facebook page? Can you teach me how to use LinkedIn? And I'm like, sure, I'll do it. Of course, we do it for free. So I did it for free for about 2 to 3 people. So then the president of another group that I'm in at the time, she pulled me to the side, and she's a nice, spicy Latin girl. She's like, Chica, you need to charge the next person that asks you for your help. And I said, no, I can't. She goes, yes, you do. So I said, okay. So the 4th person, I'll never forget, she came to me and she said, I want to hire you. So you're like, what? Like someone's actually going to pay me? So I said, sure. You want to hire me? Okay. She's like, well, write me a proposal. I'm like, a proposal? Sure. So you go and Google what a proposal is. And I had the proposal, much more, I would say, complex now as opposed to then, my proposals. But I had the proposal, I got it to her, and she was my first signed client. After that happened, by word of mouth, it just started to happen. So with the two businesses that necessarily didn't do well as I'd like them to, I really think that this is where I should be. I went to school for marketing, I got my master's in internet business, and I feel like at times in life, especially for moms, we get lost, we're not sure, our kids more define our life, but we don't pay attention to the signs, and the sign was, pay attention to the marketing. You got your degree in marketing, go back to the basics, go back to the foundation, and that's what I did. And that's really how I started to build this 3E Connections.
I love it.
Thank you.
So one of the things that I talk about a lot with my clients and in group workshops and in talks is the concept of work-life synergy. And that is when the energy that you spend is an accurate reflection of your clearly held values, priorities, and desired feelings. And it sounds like these first two businesses were really a good example of how they weren't necessarily created from that vantage point, was starting with what's important to me first, because you're talking about the personal styling business and how you hadn't accounted for the time and the car time and the gas time and the time away from your children,
right,
and all of that. And so I think that's a really good, important nugget to take out, which is, before going forward and creating the business, just think about, is this business and the way I'm setting it up actually honoring what's most important in my life, right? And so, if it's important to be home every day by 4 p.m. for your child, then you don't want to be in a business where the most active time your clients are going to call you is 4 p.m.
Exactly.
Right?
I clearly put the cart before the horse, and that's a big misconception. That's what a lot of people do. They have the idea and they go from A to Z. They go from, oh, I can start this business, to Z, it's going to be so successful. But all the stuff in between, which is what you teach your clients, is the meat and potatoes of it, really. And we have to take into account what type of lifestyle that we want ultimately, and then work backwards to back into really what we should be doing.
Yeah, totally. But it's interesting because as you're saying that, I'm going, oh, I just want to make sure nobody thinks that they shouldn't take action, because it's, it's a tricky thing. It's like, on the one hand, it's very important to be very mindful of what our priorities and our values are. And really, I think even most importantly, how you want to feel day to day, like in your life, with your time. How do you want to feel? Do you want to feel stressed out and overworked? Do you want to feel guilty, or do you want to feel energized? And so I think we need to start from there when we put the pieces into place. But I want to encourage people not to feel like they can't put any pieces into place until they have the answers to all those questions.
Because you won't have all the answers. It starts with an idea. So you have to start with that idea, and you have to conceptualize it and really think about it and put the pieces together as a puzzle. So what I'm saying is, if you have the idea, don't go to the bank the next day and get a loan, because you don't know truly what it's going to be. Start networking, talking to people like Stacy, talking to other people in the field. Do your homework.
Yeah.
And then figure out, okay, I can do this. And get a team, people. It takes a village to get the kids, to allow you to network, to hire people, whatever it is. In the beginning, we only have our friends and family, and that's okay because they work for free. So use them and build your village and your team, and then you'll be off and running, at least to start visualizing and putting to action your thoughts.
Love it. Love it. And I love when you said, get yourself to a networking event, because that's another thing that people are like, I can't go to a networking event. I don't have business cards. I don't have a website. Nobody's going to take me seriously. And I'm like, go to a networking event is just talking to other human beings.
Right.
And just sharing with them. And you can be totally authentic, that you're in the early stage, that this is what you're working on, and this is why you want to do it. And you'll be able to gauge from the feedback that you get, whether or not it's viable. If you have people going, oh my God, that sounds like such a great idea, I need that.
Exactly.
That is a huge confidence boost.
And the great thing for networking is go to women's networking groups first, because we like to help each other. And we like to coddle, and we've had a few people at the Femfessionals group stand up and say, I just started my business, and we're like, oh my God, that's so great, how can we help? And that's the best part about it. So the fact that you're taking the next steps and stepping out and going to bring your vision to life, then that's for sure what you should do.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm so happy that you came on today. This has worked out perfectly. So take that advice from Teana. She speaks from experience, and just take some action. And remember, the clarity comes along the way. All right, that's it for us today for MOMsterMind TV. Remember to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/Stacy Boegem, and follow me on Twitter at Stacy Boegem. And also check out Teana's page, 3E Connections, in both places. And keep your happiness at the top of the agenda. Bye.